Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, Jules Suds and Soaps. Today what I wanted to do was, I'm going to, I just made some embeds and these have to dry. But they are going to be white and I'm going to put a little bit of mica on them when they're done. So, my previous soap, I had made all these and I have these extra. So, they kind of look a little bit like Easter grass, it looks like. So I went ahead and made some Easter eggs and just some pink and blue ones. And I'm going to put them inside. I'm going to use this mold and I'm going to put clear first. And I'm going to put these in there, like encapsulate it with the eggs. And then he's going to go on the top, the bunny. So, all right, now I'm going to melt this down. I would say 30-second burst, please. Melt it down. I happen to use the medium setting on my microwave for the heat level. But every 30 seconds, take it out and check the progress, stir, and put it back in the microwave if you have to. Okay, I'll be right back when that's melted. Okay, here's at the 30-second mark. I'm going to think about possibly 3.5 minutes. This will boil down to this will melt down to a cup of melting pour. I am going to be using fragrance oil. I'm using lavender. And I'm going to be using a teaspoon, because it's going to be a little over a pound, or about a pound or less that we're going to be using, and 0.3 ounces per pound of the fragrance oil. Okay, I'm going to check it now. We're still not real far. So we're going to continue to melt this down and we'll be right back. Okay, we are back for the pour. Now I went ahead and sprayed my mold with alcohol. I only want a very thin layer. And then we'll let this set. And when it becomes firmer on top, when there's a skin, then at that point, we can put our embeds in there. Okay, now I'm going to spray with alcohol just to get the bubbles out. I'm going to give this a good 10 minutes, I would say, and we'll be right back. Okay, we are back. It appears I have a skin. A couple ways that you can test it. You could test it with your finger to see if it penetrates or not. You can test it with this. You can actually blow on it, and if it ripples, it means it needs to be set a little bit longer. Okay, so I'm going to take this Easter egg stuff, this grass, and I'm going to set some in here. Now these will probably all look the same when they're done. These are lighter than the eggs, so I'm putting these on first. Boy, I think we had just enough. Okay. I'm going to spray a little bit of glitter here. Okay, so now I'm going to put the eggs in. Okay. This is so fun to do, especially around the holidays. Okay, so now what I'm going to do, I'm going to melt down the rest of the melting pour that I had melted earlier, and we're going to pour it over, and we'll be right back. Okay, we are back. I'm pouring at about 135 right now. And I want this all the way to the top. Definitely want these embeds inside. Now I'm going to want to spray the alcohol right now. You could see the air bubbles. And I want this to be translucent and transparent so you can see. Okay, it looks like I'm going to have to melt down some more. Okay, I'm going to melt some more down and we'll be right back. Okay, we are back. We're at about, I would say, 135 right now. It was about 140 a minute ago. Let me check it just to be sure. Yeah, it's about 138. So I'm going to start pouring. I noticed on these that there wasn't quite enough, that they kind of, you know, I don't know if some melted in there or not, but I did add some more of the grass. So I'll know for next time. Let me spray with alcohol. Make sure these stay down in there. Let me melt this down a little bit and I'll be right back. Okay, we are back. Okay, so I'm going to see if I can push these down some. I'm going to top these off. Okay, very good. We're going to let this set probably about 3 hours or so. And then when we come back, we're going to be unmolding these, which I don't think they're quite ready yet. Yeah, they're not ready yet. But these will be the bunnies, and then we'll paint them. So, okay, we'll be right back, guys. Okay, we're back. I'm going to be using... I'm going to be using a mica, and we're going to paint. This is not set yet, but I do want to paint this. So, and I'm going to be melting down. Sorry about that. I actually have to get the micas ready, and I'm going to get those ready and put them in a bowl with alcohol. And then we can paint them on. I'm going to be using red, which will probably translate to pink, because this is a white bunny. Okay, so I'm just going to take a little bit of alcohol, rubbing alcohol. About enough. And I'm going to add, I would say, maybe a quarter of a teaspoon. Not even, let me see. I'd say it's about a quarter of a teaspoon. I think I might have added too much alcohol. But this will evaporate, the alcohol itself. Let me see. Yeah, I think I'm going to let this sit. I think there's just too much alcohol here. We'll be right back. Okay, I have the desired texture that I want, the consistency there. So let's try this. Hopefully you guys can see. Now, I'm not an artist by any means. I don't paint or anything like that. This is the closest I get. Okay, so we're going to let that dry a little bit. And there's one of them. Okay. I think cleaning the brush on the side of the bowl is key with this particular one. Okay, so that's another one. Okay, so I'm just going to repeat this process. Okay, there's that one. Two more. There's another one. Now this will all dry at room temperature. The alcohol will evaporate and the mica will not come off on your skin or anything. And there you go. Okay, I'm going to let these sit then, and we'll be back when this is ready. Thanks so much. We are back. I'm going to melt down some clear melt and pour so we can attach the bunny. I'll show you how they came out. Okay, so there's one of them. There's another one. They're all pretty much going to be the same, but I did notice that some did have more in it than others, as I said. So I think I'm going to put the bunnies on these three. I don't know if I'm going to put them on all of them yet. I think it really turned out pretty. Okay, so I'm going to melt this down. I don't need much, just basically 3 blocks. And I'm going to melt these down probably for about a minute total, and then we'll be right back. Okay, we are back. I melted down some melt and pour. Let me get a different brush. I'll be right back. Okay, we're back. It's really thickening up, so I'm just placing some basic melt and pour, covering the whole thing here. And I'm going to spray with alcohol. Hold on 1 minute. Okay, I'm going to spray this piece and this one. I may not do it to the oval one. Sure we. Okay, so I'm just going to press it down for a few minutes. I melt these down a little bit more. I may need to just pour some. I think these inlets. Okay, let me melt this down and then we'll see where we're at. Okay, so let me mix it up a little bit. Okay, so I'm going to pour just a little bit right here. I think this is going to work this time. So that's how that one looks. Okay, so I'm going to let this one set. I'm going to do the next to this one. Just press down on it enough and it will stick. Well, let's try a few more. I mean, I do like these the way they are, but we'll try. Okay, so I'm just going to hold this down for a few minutes or a few seconds. Okay, the other ones I really do believe that I'm going to leave alone because these are pretty in their own right, so. Like the way these turned out. Let me see, I'm going to do a few more. It's growing on me. I think I like it on there. Okay, so I'm going to spray the alcohol. I'm also going to spray the embed with alcohol. And that'll help ensure that this sticks. And I'll hold this down. Boy, that went all around the soap. That's easy enough, though. I could take that off. When it dries, I'll just use a paring knife. Okay, let's see. Okay, so all the square one, or rectangle ones, these are all done. So now we're going to do the oval. Okay, again, we're going to spray with alcohol. That's very important. Just going to hold it down. Okay, there's that one. Okay, last one. Okay, now I'm going to spray all of these with the alcohol. There's that one. So cute. Okay, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. And if you could please like and subscribe, I would appreciate that. When you do subscribe, at that point, then you will get notified when I have new videos. And if you could just drop a comment below, that would mean a lot too, any input that you may have. Okay, guys, have a great day. Thank you.